Hello students, I welcome you all to the online class of Physical Education, class 12. So, today I have brought a new chapter, that is chapter number 6. As you can see in the slide, the name of the chapter is Test and Measurement in Sports. So, let us see what are all the things we are going to discuss in this chapter. So, in the second slide you can see students, first of all we will be discussing about motor fitness test. So, under motor fitness test, we will be discussing various type of tests. After motor fitness test, we will be discussing about measurement of cardiovascular fitness. The second one, that is general motor fitness, has been excluded from your syllabus. So, we will be discussing measurement of cardiovascular fitness. After that, we will be discussing about computation of fitness index, and at last we will be discussing about Rickley and Jones Senior Citizen Fitness Test. So basically students, in this chapter we will be discussing about various types of tests. Okay, so let's start. So first and foremost, let us understand the meaning of test. It is very important to have the concept. So what is test? Test may be called as a tool, a question, set of questions, an examination which is used to measure a particular characteristic of an individual or group of individuals. Test is the form of questioning or measuring tool used to assess the status of one's skill, knowledge, attitude and fitness. Test is an instrument or activity used to accumulate data on a person's ability to perform a specified task. So basically student, test means to test the performance level, to test the preparation of students, of sports persons. So moving ahead, next is meaning of measurement. So what is measurement? Measurement is a specific score obtained through an expert evaluation. Measurement is a process through which our level of performance, fitness level, ability, knowledge, personality traits, skills are measured with the help of various standard tests. That means in measurement, various tests are being conducted. So from those tests, the quantitative data is being obtained. So that is being considered as measurement. So recording of measurement has two parts, that is a number of indicating the magnitude, a unit assigned by experts. Next students, in the next slide you can see that we are going to discuss motor fitness tests, and under motor fitness tests there are certain test batteries. So let us first of all understand what is motor fitness test. So motor fitness tests will be assessing the fitness level of the individual who is undergoing the test. Okay, so what are all the test batteries? The first test battery under motor fitness test is 50 meters standing start. Then it comes 600 meter run walk. Then it comes sit and reach test. Then it comes partial curl up test. Then it is push-ups for boys and modified push-ups for girls, followed by standing broad jump and 4 into 10 meter shuttle run. We also call it as agility run. So let's discuss one by one elaborately. So the first one, as you can see students, the first test is 50 meters standing start. So the purpose of 50 meters standing start is to determine the speed of the individual. The equipments required are measuring tape or a marked track. 2 stopwatches, okay, will be required. So stopwatch will be required along with measuring tape or the marked track. Now, next comes the procedure. Under procedure means how to perform the test. So here the subject will be first of all standing behind the starting line. On the command go, there will be some examiner, evaluator or test taker. So on the command go, the subject will be starting to run 50 meter as fast as possible. At the end of the completion of 50 meter, time will be recorded, and the time to complete the 50 meter distance will be recorded as the score of the subject. So this is all about 50 meter standing start. Moving to next test, that is 600 meter run and walk. So this test is basically, the purpose of this test is to measure the aerobic endurance. Aerobic endurance means to work for a longer duration of time under the presence of oxygen. So the equipments required are 600 meter track and a stopwatch. Next comes the procedure, how to perform 600 meter run and walk test. So first of all the subjects will be assembling in a 400 meter track. There examiner or the test taker or the evaluator will also be present with stopwatch in their hand. The subject need to complete 600 meter distance either through walking or running. I repeat, the subject need to complete 600 meter distance either through walking or running, or the subject can mix up. If the subject feels shortness of breath, then he can start walking. Otherwise, the subject can jog and complete the 600 meter run and walk. At the end of or the completion of the distance, the time recorded by the stopwatch will be noted as the score of the subject. Moving to next test battery. So the next one, the third test battery under motor fitness test is sit and reach test. The purpose of sit and reach test is to measure the lower body flexibility. Equipments required is, as you can see students, this is the green one, this is a sit and reach box is required, only one item, that is sit and reach box. The procedure, under the procedure, as you can see, the individual is sitting with his legs extended. As you can see, the sole of the foot, both the foot would be placed against the sit and reach box. After that, with inhalation of air, the subject need to raise his both the hands above his head. Then from there, with exhalation of air, the subject will try to reach as far as possible. One thing need to be noted is the knee of the subject or the entire foot of the subject need to be in contact with the floor, as well as the legs should be straight. So the subject will try to reach out as far as possible, and here you can see this is a slider, and here the measuring scale is being fixed on the top of the sit and reach box. The slider will keep on moving as and if the subject will keep moving forward. When the subject will reach the peak position means after that the subject is unable to move further. The subject need to hold that position for 2 seconds. The examiner will record the distance, and that distance covered will be the score of the subject. Moving ahead, the next one. The next test under motor fitness test is partial curl up. So this test is very much similar to flexed leg sit-ups. Okay. The purpose of the test is to measure the abdominal strength. The equipments required are a flat, clean and cushioned surface, a recording sheet and a pen. The procedure: first of all, the subject need to lie down in supine position with his legs extended. Then the subject need to flex his or her knees. One thing here, the subject need to take care that the ankle should be 12 inches away from the buttocks. I repeat, the ankle should be 12 inches away from the buttocks of the subject. Next, on the command go, the command will be given by the test taker or the examiner. So on the command go, the subject will start raising his upper body up, and again after coming up, the subject will again go back. Just check, this is the position 1, this is position 2. Here the subject's back is completely in contact with the floor. In the second image, the subject is raising his upper back. Upper back consists of head, neck and chest area. So after curling his upper body up, again the subject need to go back to initial position, and again the subject need to come back to or need to raise his upper body. This entire process need to be continued for 1 minute. Means in 1 minute, how many proper curl-ups is being done by the subject will be noted by the test taker or the examiner. Moving to the next, that is push-ups for boys. As you can see, students, in the image, the purpose of this test is to measure the upper body strength and endurance. Equipments required is a floor mat and a paper to record basic information such as age, gender and total number of push-ups performed. Next, the procedure. Under the procedure, the subject need to perform as many as push-ups the subject can do or the subject can perform in a minute. So in push-ups, as you can see, the subject's body will be straight, his both the arms should be shoulder width apart. Then from this position, the subject need to lower his upper body, and again he need to straighten his forearm. When the subject will be bringing his upper body down, his arms will be only flexing. Rest the entire body should be in a straight alignment. Under score, count the total number of push-ups performed and it will be noted down. The next test is modified push-ups for girls. As students, the purpose of this test is to measure the upper body strength and endurance. The equipments required are a mat, a paper to record the basic information like age, gender and push-ups performed. Procedure, just see the image. The girls need to first of all lie down in prone position. So from there, the subject need to flex his leg up, as well as the subject's both the arms should be shoulder width apart, and the subject knee will be in contact with the floor. So here the subject need to perform push-ups but the only difference is in case of push-up for boys, the toe and the palm of the hand is in contact with the floor, but here in modified push-ups for girls, the knee and the palm of the subject, that is girl, will be in contact with the floor. Under scoring, count the total number of modified push-ups and it will be recorded as score of the subject. Next one is standing broad jump. So, under standing broad jump, the purpose of this test is to measure the explosive strength or the power of the legs. Equipments required are a sandy long jump pit and a measuring tape. Under the procedure, the subject need to stand behind the starting line. Then, as and when the subjects get ready or the command go or start is given by the examiner or the test taker, the subject will be flexing his knees with his arms swing, and after that the subject will be jumping forward. Here one thing need to be taken consideration, that the subjects need to take jump with both the feet, as well as when the subject lands, his both the feet should touch the ground simultaneously. The distance will be measured from starting line to the heel of the subject, where the heel of the subject first touches the ground. I repeat, the distance will be measured from the starting line till the heel of the subject where it touches for the first time on the ground. So scoring is, the measurement is noted and fill in inches. The last test under motor fitness test is 4 into 10 meters shuttle run. This test is also known as agility run, students. So the purpose is to measure agility. That is why this test is also known as agility run. Under equipments required, 2 wooden blocks are required with marking cones, measuring tape, stopwatch and a flat surface with 2 10-meter lines apart. Okay? Procedure. Under procedure, there will be 10-meter line. 2 parallel lines will be drawn at 10-meter gap. Just check. Okay? After that, 2 wooden blocks will be placed on one of the parallel line. The subject will be standing opposite to the blocks or opposite to the wooden blocks. Means the subject will be standing on the line which is opposite to the line where the wooden blocks are placed. So after that, the examiner will give the command as go. The subject need to run the distance of 10 meter 4 times as fast as possible. The subject need to first of all start running towards the wooden block, need to pick one wooden block and place it on the other line. After placing the wooden block, again the subject need to run to the other line where the another wooden block is placed. So again the subject need to pick that wooden block and the subject need to finish the race. That means the subject is running 10-meter distance 4 times. So the time will be recorded by the examiner and it will be recorded as the timing to complete 4 into 10 meter agility run. Next, we are moving to measurement of cardiovascular fitness. So this is another type of test, student. here the cardiorespiratory endurance or cardiovascular endurance or fitness is being measured, and we all are well aware that cardiovascular fitness means the efficiency of our heart. How much efficient is our heart? How much our heart is supporting us? The more our heart will be fit, the subject will be able to function for longer duration of time without getting tired. So there are two types of tests, students, to measure the cardiovascular fitness. They are, the first one is Harvard step test, the second one is Rockport 1 mile test. Yes, students, as you can see in the slide, the cardiovascular fitness. So it is the ability of our heart and lungs to supply oxygen-rich blood. Next is how there are two tests to conduct the cardiovascular fitness test. That is Harvard step test and Rockport 1 mile test, as discussed earlier. So let us discuss one by one in an elaborate way. The first one is Harvard step test. The purpose of this test is to measure the efficiency of our heart, that is cardiovascular fitness. As you can see, students, see the image, okay? The equipments required are an wooden platform of 20 inches high for men and 16 inches high for women. A stopwatch, a metronome is also required. Now, the name metronome might be new for you. So this device metronome is used just to fix frequency, because in Harvard step test, whosoever is undergoing the test, the subject need to follow the protocol. Protocol is the subject need to have 30 steps in a minute. That is 15 step up and 15 step down. So in a minute 30 steps have to be done. If any subject is unable to perform 30 steps in a minute, the subject need to stop then and there only. Otherwise, the proper efficiency of our heart cannot be assessed. So, let us start the procedure. The procedure tells us that, student, the subject need to first of all stand in front of the wooden box. Okay? Then, on the command go, the subject will start stepping up and down. The examiner will be starting the stopwatch simultaneously. The maximum limit of this test is 5 minutes. But if any subject is unable to maintain the frequency of 30 steps in a minute, then the subject must stop. So, if any subject is able to continue the test for 5 minutes, after the completion of 5 minutes of stepping, the subject will be sitting down over the same platform immediately. After that, the examiner will be taking his heartbeat. Means heart rate will be measured for 3 times. The first time the heart rate will be measured from 1 to 1.5 minutes after finishing the test. Again the same measurement of heart rate will be taken from 2 to 2.5 minutes. Again the third measurement will be taken from 3 to 3.5 minutes after finishing of the test. So students, this is the procedure of performing Harvard step test. Next is fitness index score. Okay, so this is the formula to calculate fitness index score. We will be discussing later on elaborately also. So let us move ahead to next slide. Just see, students, I have shown a tabular form, that if a subject, that is men, can perform more than 90 steps, then he is considered under excellent category. If a woman candidate covers 86 steps, then he is considered as excellent category. Likewise, good, high, average, low average, poor. For poor means less than 55 steps, and for woman it is less than 50 steps. So let us discuss some of the advantages and disadvantages of Harvard step test students. So the first advantage is, this is a very simple test to conduct. Next one is, it requires minimal cost because equipments required are very less. The next one is, chances of making mistakes are minimum. Some of the disadvantages. Here, those are the taller individuals. They are having added advantage because they can perform step up and down much more efficiently because of their longer legs, longer feet. Next is, if there is an obese person is always having disadvantage because they cannot perform stepping up and down so much efficiently, so much quickly. They take too much time. So that is why this Harvard step test is not suitable for such kind of individual. Moving ahead to Rockport 1 mile test. This is another test through which we can measure the cardiovascular fitness of an individual. Under equipments required students, a 400-meter track will be required and some of the measurement, a weighing machine will be required. Okay. Next is, yes. So these two things will be required. Next, the procedure. The procedure of Rockport 1 mile test is, the subject need to walk 1 mile as fast as possible. 1 mile is equal to 1609 meters. I repeat, 1 mile is equal to 1609 meters. So the subject need to continuously walk the distance of 1 mile, that is 1609 meter, as fast as possible. Okay. Next, these are some of the scores that is being recorded. The scores are, weight of the subject will be measured in pound. The gender, if the subject is male, then weightage 1 will be given. If the subject is female, then the weightage 0 will be given. The time in minutes and hundredths of minutes. So time taken to complete 1 mile will be recorded with the help of stopwatch. Heart rate will be recorded for first 15 seconds and then it will be multiplied by 4. I repeat, the heart rate of the subject will be measured for first 15 seconds and then it will be multiplied by 4 so that we get the heartbeat of 1 minute. Age of the subject is measured in years. So some of the scores are very important because these scores need to be fitted in the formula, student. As you can see, the formula used to calculate VO2 max. VO2 max means volume of oxygen consumption. That is 132.853 minus 0.0769 into weight. Just see. So weight of the subject will be fitted here. Next is 0.3877 into age. So age will be filled here. Like you see 6.315 into gender. If the subject is male, then 1 will be mentioned. If the subject is female, then 0 will be mentioned. After that you can see 3.2649 into time. Time means the total time taken to complete 1 mile will be mentioned here. After that 0.1565 into heart rate. So the heart rate of the subject which is recorded for first 15 seconds, then it is multiplied by 4. That heart rate will be mentioned here. Heart rate for 1 minute will be mentioned here. So moving to next slide, students. So this is again the fitness index score of the subject. So next is the advantages and disadvantages of Rockport 1 mile test. First of all, let us see the advantages. Minimal equipment required. Very minimum equipments are required for Rockport 1 mile test. The second one is, it is simple to set up and conduct. So the test is very much simple to set up as well as to conduct. Next one is, more than one athlete can conduct the test at the same time. So more of athlete can perform the same test together. Next is, the test can be administered by the athlete itself also. Disadvantages, specific facilities are required. Specific facilities like a 400-meter track is required. Next, assistant required to administer the test. In somewhere, some assistance is also required in the test. Next, students, as you can see in the slide, the computation of fitness index. So this is a slide where how to find out the fitness index. So if you can remember, student, after the Harvard step test, in Harvard step test, after the end of the test, the 3 measurements were taken: 1 to 1.5 minute, 2 to 2.5 minute, and 3 to 3.5 minute from the finish of the test was being recorded. The heart rate was being recorded. So the fitness index score can be measured with the help of 2 formulas. One is long formula, the other one is short formula. The long formula tells us that 100 into test duration in second divided by 2 into sum of heartbeats in recovery period. Recovery period is after completion of the test, the subject's heart rate is being measured. That is recovery period. So under long formula, 2 into sum of heart rate during recovery period. Sum of heart rate means all the 3 recordings, all the 3 measurement of heart rate will be added together, then it will be multiplied by 2. Under the short formula, 100 into test duration in seconds, 5.5 into pulse count between 1 to 1.5 minutes after exercise. So in short formula, only the measurement of heart rate during 1 to 1.5 minute will be used. Moving ahead, students. Next, this is again another type of test. Okay, the name of the test is Rickley and Jones Senior Citizen Fitness Test. The purpose of this test is to measure the fitness level among the senior citizens. Because students, senior citizens are also playing their part. They are having lot of role in household work. Sometimes they need to move out of the home of their own. So that is why the fitness level of the senior citizen need to be assessed, and it can be assessed with the help of Rickley and Jones Senior Citizen Fitness Test. These are the various test batteries under Rickley and Jones Senior Citizen Fitness Test. The first one is chair stand test. The second test is arm curl test. The third test is chair sit and reach test. The fourth one is back scratch test. The fifth test battery is 8-foot up and go test. The sixth one is 6-minute walk test. So these are the 6 test batteries of Rickley and Jones Senior Citizen Fitness Test. Now let us discuss one by one elaborately, students. As you see, the first one is chair stand test. So the purpose of chair stand test is to measure the lower body strength. The equipments required are a straight back or folding chair without armrest. Means a chair is required without armrest. There should not be any armrest in that chair. Seat 17 inches by 44 centimeter in height. That means the height of the chair from the floor have to be 44 inches, where the sitting area need to be 17 inches. And a stopwatch is required. As you can see, student, here preferably the chair which is being used during the test need to be placed against the wall. Why to place the chair against the wall? Because we are dealing with senior citizens, and senior citizens demand extra bit of care. So if we place the chair against the wall, the chair will not be moving here and there during the conduction of test. So just assume the initial position of the subject. The subject will be sitting on the chair in a straight manner. The subject's both the arm will be crossed and should be touching the chest area. Subject's both the feet should be parallel and both the feet should be in contact with the floor. Then on the command go, there will be one examiner. On the command go, the subject will stand up and again sit down. So this process will be followed continuously for 30 seconds. I repeat, the subject need to perform standing up and sitting down with crossed hands. This process need to be carried on for 30 seconds. The scoring. The score is the number of completed chair stand in 30 seconds. So during 30-second time duration, how many times the subject has completed chair stand, so that will be counted and recorded as the score of the subject. Moving to next, that is, you can see the scoring of the chair stand test. Here I have classified among men and women. Just see, the age of 60 to 64 years, they must perform more than 14 chair stand. Okay? 65 to 69, this is the age wise, and this is the how many times. So this is below average. Average is 14 to 19. For 65 to 69 category age, they must perform 12 to 18 and so on. For 90 to 94, it is 7 to 12 chair stands need to be performed for men category in 30 seconds. Similarly for women, you see 60 to 64 age category, they need to perform 12 to 17 chair stands in 30 seconds time slot. Similarly for 65 to 69, they need to perform 11 to 16 chair stands in 30 seconds. Likewise, the age category of 90 to 94, they need to perform 4 to 11 chair stands within 30-second time slot. Next one is arm curl test. The purpose of arm curl test is to measure the upper body strength. The equipments required are 5-pound weight for women and 8-pound weight for men is required. So here weight is dumbbell. Dumbbells are used. Then a chair without armrest is required and a stopwatch is also required. The procedure of the test. Just see, the subject is sitting straight on the chair. His feet should be few inches apart and both the feet should be in contact with the floor properly. The subject is holding the dumbbell in his hand and the hand is very much straight. Now from that position, the subject need to curl, need to lift the weight. Okay? And this process will be continued, need to be continued for 30 seconds. So at the end of 30 seconds, the score is the total number of controlled arm curls performed in 30 seconds. That means in 30-second time slot, how many times the subject is able to perform the arm curl with weight in his or her hand. Next is the scoring again, scoring of arm curl test. This is for men and this is for women. On the left hand side I have mentioned the age category. For 60 to 64 years age category, 16 to 22 arm curls need to be performed. For 65 to 69 it is 15 to 21 arm curls need to be performed in 30 seconds time slot. For 90 to 94 age category it is 10 to 14 arm curls need to be performed. Similarly for women, for 60 to 64 years age category, 13 to 19 arm curls need to be performed. Similarly for 65 to 69 age category, 12 to 18 arm curls need to be performed. Likewise for 90 to 94 age category, it is 8 to 13 arm curls need to be performed in 30 seconds time slot. Next students, in the next slide as you can see, the third test battery under Wrigley and Jones Senior Citizen Fitness Test is chair, sit and reach test. So here the purpose of the test is to measure the lower body flexibility. The equipments required are a ruler, that is scale, straight back or folding chair about 14 inches in height. That means the height of the chair have to be 14 inches from the ground. Now next is procedure. You see, the subject is sitting on the chair first of all. Here one leg of the subject need to be in 90-degree position. The other leg of the subject need to be extended forward. After that, the subject need to bend down and try to touch his fingertips with his toes. Here the subject will be trying to touch the toes of the extended foot. Next, in the process, if gap is being observed, if there is any gap between fingertips and the toes, that will be measured with the help of ruler, and it will be noted as negative score because there is a gap. The subject is lagging in flexibility. That is why it is mentioned as negative score. If the subject is able to touch his fingertips with the toes, then the score will be 0. Whereas if the subject overlaps, if the subject can bend and reach beyond the toes, that distance will also be recorded. Means how far the subject has overlapped. That distance will also be recorded and it will be mentioned as positive score of the subject. Next is the chart, students. You can see for men and the women category. Like 60 to 64 age category, it is minus 2.5 to plus 4. For 65 to 69, it is minus 3 centimeter to plus 3 centimeter. Likewise, the 90 to 94 age category, it is minus 6.5 to minus 0.5. Next, similarly for women, it is 60 to 64 age category, it is minus 0.5 to 5 inches. Next is 65 to 69, it is minus 0.5 to 4.5 inches. Similarly for 90 to 94 age category, it is minus 4.5 to 1 inch. So moving ahead, students, the next test, that is the fourth test under Ridley and Jones Senior Citizen Fitness Test, is back scratch test. The purpose of this test is to measure the upper body flexibility. The equipments required are only ruler. A single scale is required for the test. The procedure required, as you can see, the subject need to stand straight initially. Then the subject need to bring back his right arm over the head, and the another hand, that is left hand, will be going from bottom hand side towards the back. That means both the hand of the subject need to go towards the back. The right hand side, the right hand will be going from above the head, and the left hand will be going from the bottom part. Now the right hand of the subject, which is coming from over the head, that right arm's palm will be touching the back of the subject, whereas the fingertips will be facing downward, whereas the left hand's palm will be outward. As you can see in the image, the left hand's palm is outward, whereas the fingertips are facing upward. Now, if the subject is able to touch his both the fingertips, that is the right hand's middle finger will be touching the left hand's middle finger. If both the middle finger are touching with each other, the score will be 0. If there is gap between both the hands fingertips, then the gap will be measured and it will be recorded as negative score, since the subject is lagging in flexibility. If in case the subject is having better flexibility and the subject can reach out and his fingertips are overlapping means both the fingers are stretched and the subject's finger are overlapping each other, getting over each other, that means the subject is having better flexibility. So that distance is also being measured, that how far the fingers are overlapping, and it will be recorded as positive score of the subject. Next, students, you can see this is the scoring of back scratch test. For men it is, for 60 to 64 age category it is minus 6.5 to 0 inch. For 65 to 69 it is minus 7.5 to 1 inch. Similarly 90 to 94 age category it is 10.5 to minus 10.5 to minus 4 inch. Similarly for women category it is, for 60 to 64 age category it is minus 3 to 1.5 inch. For 65 to 69 age category it is minus 3.5 to 1.5 inch. For age category of 90 to 94 age it is minus 8 to minus 1 inch. So moving ahead, students, the next test, this is the fifth test under Ridley and Jones Senior Citizen Fitness Test. It is 8-foot up and go test. The purpose of this test is to measure speed, agility and balance of the subject, because at times the subject need to go out of the home, need to rush out from the bus. So this shows whether the subject is having that much fitness or not. So students, equipments required for the test is stopwatch, a straight back chair and a cone marker, measuring tape and a stopwatch. So, first of all, the procedure. The procedure of the test. How to perform the 8-foot up and go test. So, as you can see, the subject will be, first of all, will be in a sitting position. Then, on the command go, the subject need to get up and the subject will be moving towards the cone. The cone is placed at 8 inches in front of the subject's chair. That means on the command go, the subject will get up immediately and he will be walking as fast as possible towards the cone. Then after having a round of the cone, the subject will again go back and sit on the chair. So the timing will be recorded by the examiner, that how much time the subject is taking in getting up from the chair, in moving towards the cone that is placed exactly at 8 feet from the chair, and after reaching the cone, the subject will be having a round of the cone and moving back again to the chair and sit down. So this process will be recorded, the timings will be recorded, and the scoring would be the best time of 2 trials to the nearest of 1/10 second. That means 2 trials will be given to the subject. So out of the 2 trials, the best one will be recorded. Next is again the table, the chart, that is for 60 to 64 age category. For men it is 5.6 to 3.8. Next for 65 to 69 it is 5.7 to 4.3. Similarly for 90 to 94 age category it is 10 to 6.2. Next it is for women it is 60 to 64 age category it is 6 to 4.4. Similarly for 65 to 69 age category it is 6.4 to 4.8. For 90 to 94 it is 11.5 to 7.3. Moving towards the last test of Rinkley and Jones Senior Citizen Fitness Test. This is 6-minute walk test. The purpose of this test is to measure aerobic fitness of the subject. The equipments required are measuring tape to mark out the track distance, a stopwatch, then chair position for resting. So students, there will be a 45-yard track is being made. Just see, the total distance is 45 yard, and after each 5 yard a cone is being placed. A cone is being placed so that the subject can have the knowledge of how much distance the subject has covered. Here the procedure, under the procedure is the 45 yard is equal to 45.72 meters. It is 50 yard, students. Okay, the total distance is 50 yard. 50 yard means is equal to 45.72 meters. So the procedure is the subject need to keep on walking continuously for 6 minutes. So here the score of the subject is how much distance the subject can cover in 6 minutes. The subject need to walk as fast as possible around this track. Okay, the score of the subject will be the distance covered in 6 minutes by the subject. So this is the again table. For 60 to 64 age category it is 610 to 735 yard. Next 65 to 69 it is 560 to 700 yards. Similarly for 90 to 94 it is 305 to 500 yards. For women category it is for 60 to 64 it is 545 to 660 yards. Next, for 65 to 69 age, it is 500 to 635 yard. Similarly, for 90 to 95 age category, it is 275 to 440 yards. So students, I hope you all have understood this chapter, that is test and measurement in sports. Today in this chapter we have first of all discussed about motor fitness test, then we have discussed the cardiovascular fitness test, then at last we have discussed about the Ridley and Jones senior citizen fitness test. So I hope students, you all will be getting benefited by this video. If still you have any doubt, you can obviously approach me personally for any doubt. So thank you all of you students. Stay blessed. God bless us all.